finally tonight, the Voodoo Lounge is almost open. The stage for the Rolling Stones' new tour is under construction at Raleigh's Carter-Finley Stadium. It's a heavy hitter. The set features a steel Cobra as a centerpiece. Workers are putting up the scaffolding to support 1,500 lights and a 500,000-watt sound system. 425 workers putting in overtime here. And Donna, they're also going to put up some monster inflatables and a 425-foot Joni Sumbo. It's a big screen. Big old nasty big thing.
Beefy
loud
thing.
Big beefy. Yeah.
There's some tickets left too. That's our news. Thanks for being with us.
The Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge Tour live. Only one band is rock and roll, and only one beer can bring it to you. Budweiser, king of beers.
This man did not have a top 10 day. His trip to New York is over.
Played Carter-Finley 5 years ago. Sold out in no time. Didn't go quite that way this time.
No, not exactly. This is not 1989. Back then, they sold 53,000 tickets in just less than an hour. This time, they never did sell out. But getting 43,000 fans into Carter-Finley Stadium did add up to a crunch come rush hour. No problem getting to the concert if you're a member of the band. Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones simply flew into RDU on a chartered jet, then hopped in limos, complete with a police escort. But their fans faced this. This was Wade Avenue at 6:30. Stop and go gridlock. What did the fans think about it?
It sucks.
They endured. After all, they were going to see the Stones, the definitive rock and roll band.
Hey, well, you gotta deal with it, right?
Surprisingly, the concert at Carter-Finley did not sell out, and latecomers got a bargain.
I think that I'm going to get in for like $15.
Good seat?
For a sideline seat on the downstairs level.
Ticket sellers were the ones getting scalped.
The Stones are not a figure of youth anymore. This is the greatest oldie show on the road. Sad but true.
Maybe, but young and old got a show they'll never forget. Even North Carolina's Secretary of State was here to enjoy.
No, why not? Because, look, they're my age. The drummer's 53 years old. I'm 53 years old. They're still the best. You can see right now out here, that is the stage for the Rolling Stones right behind me. Let me tell you about that stage. 220 feet by 85 feet by 92 feet, 510 tons of steel, 1,500 lights, 8 miles of cable, and it took more than 50 semi-trailers to bring it in here. It's going to be a task getting it torn down through all that.
Sure it is. Dwayne, I know you covered some other concerts out there where police had a large presence, especially looking for drugs. Any sign of that tonight?
We had 40 officers who were out here undercover looking for drugs, and at last check, most of what they've got, like they usually get, was misdemeanor charges, mostly marijuana.
All right, Dwayne, enjoy the concert. Thanks for the live report.
Workers at a
Carolina's news leader.
Duties were handling parking, minor medical emergencies, and some rowdiness. They did make some arrests for illegal drug possession and underage drinking. Police say the crowd inside was relatively calm for its size. We'll have more on last night's concert coming up a little later in this half hour.
The British rock band came to the Tar Heel State for the first time in 5 years and left plenty of fans completely satisfied. The concert drew more than 40,000 Stones fans, but it was not a sellout. And while parking problems caused traffic backups for miles, that didn't seem to stop fans from having a good time with the elder statesman of rock and roll.
Moves pretty good for an old man, doesn't he?
Nice night to rock, too.
Yeah, it was nice and cool out there.
We're going to see a little bit of a change in the forecast, a little bit more cloudiness move in.
And the crowd coming right up.
Tour made a stop at Carter-Finley Stadium in Raleigh last night. It was 29 years ago, almost to the month, since the Rolling Stones' first concert at Reynolds Coliseum in 1965. News Channel 11's Susan Christensen reports last night's crowd was a mix of generations.
Lenny Kravitz rolled in to rev up the crowd, but it was the Rolling Stones they came to see. Nearly 50,000 fans rushed the Coliseum to hear four seasoned musicians, men who have played together for decades and generations.
We've listened to it all, ever since she was born. Everything. We love it all.
In the womb?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. Loud as ever.
Tara and Mandy Langdon came from Greensboro with their parents.
It's one of the few similarities between parents and teenagers.
Another similarity, wanting a souvenir. Hats and t-shirts, $25 and up, selling fast. What's so great about the Rolling Stones?
Well, most of them should be dead by now, but they're not, so that's a really good sign that rock and roll is here to stay.
And these fans hope the Stones are here to stay. And if they come back again, another generation will most likely welcome them in.
They sound